And now, Philipsburg Broadcasting proudly presents Good Morning, Mr. Governor, with Francis Carty.
Good morning, Mr. Governor. How should we deal with the Dutch private sector? Now that the St. Maarten Chamber of Commerce and Industry has just returned from its participation in the St. Maarten Shared Opportunities Reconstruction event in The Hague last week, it is time for us to get serious about dealings with the Dutch private sector. From our perspective, St. Maarten has a very poor and limited experience with the Dutch private sector, and it will take some time for us to get acquainted with the Dutch perception of St. Maarten, its geographic location in the northeastern Caribbean, and St. Maarten's ability to establish a productive business relation with the Dutch private sector. This cannot be done with a conference or any kind of confabs because, like everything else, it will take some time for us to understand and appreciate each other's business culture, customs, and expectations. The fact that St. Maarten Chamber of Commerce and Industry has taken the first step is a good one, and it's imperative that it maintains contacts established and to let each contact be aware that St. Maarten is open to do business with the Netherlands. The challenge is, how do we make these business relations meaningful and effective for both parties? Because what may be a good approach, service, or product for a Dutch entrepreneur may not necessarily be a good match for the St. Maarten entrepreneur. As a matter of fact, I believe that we should start with small matching possibilities before we go into more complicated ones. Although we don't have any vast or long relations with Dutch entrepreneurs, we learned from good and bad relationship building in other Dutch Caribbean islands, and we certainly don't want to repeat their mishaps. We want to build on the best practices to achieve productive and long-lasting business relations between Dutch entrepreneurs and indigenous St. Maarten entrepreneurs. This is a challenge that goes beyond our restoration and rebuilding process, but it is a challenge that we will have to learn how to conquer, and we commend the St. Maarten Chamber of Commerce and Industry for taking the first step. Good morning, Mr. Governor.
That was Good Morning, Mr. Governor by Francis Carty.